Consider for a moment the carrot. And if you can, ignore that it's healthy and comes out of the ground. What's left is a food that's snackable, crunchable, somewhat addictive, and yes, neon orange. From a marketing standpoint, the carrot is really not all that different from a Cheeto. At least, that's what the head of Bolthouse Farms seems to think.
Our first campaign for baby carrots was eat them like junk food. So we
Eat 'em like junk food?
Eat them like junk food.
Baby carrots!
Baby carrots!
We went right at junk food and said, you know, we don't want to be against junk food. We want to be like them.
Oh, baby carrots.
Jeffrey Dunn knows all about junk food marketing. His prior job, an executive at Coca-Cola.
Coke's done an amazing job of creating that moment of refreshment.
Just picking up a cold bottle of Coca-Cola activates a network.
You can picture it when I say it. That's marketing. We've got to do the same good job for fresh fruits and vegetables, and there's no reason we can't.
But he knows it's an uphill battle, and so does the White House.
As you all know, the deck is stacked against healthy foods like fruits and vegetables.
To help level the playing field, First Lady Michelle Obama recently announced that Sesame Workshop
Hello, Mrs. Obama.
would license their Muppet characters for free to the Produce Marketing Association.
Do you know how you say broccoli in Spanish?
How do you say it?
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Last year, advertising for fruits and vegetables amounted to $116 million. Now, that may sound like a lot, but it's only 1/20th of what was spent on advertising junk food to kids.
Where is the cereal? Sorry.
Few look at that disparity with such a critical eye as New York Times investigative reporter Michael Moss.
Do you look at shopping differently now?
Oh, totally.
He won a Pulitzer Prize for reporting on the meat industry, including the widespread use of pink slime, that unappetizing material found in some processed beef, including burgers served in school lunches. And yet, despite revelations like that, fruits and vegetables, he says, still have trouble competing.
As well-meaning as it is, the government message that you should be eating more fruits and vegetables because it's better for you, because it's healthy, isn't working.
The CDC says 2/3 of adults and 1/3 of children in America are either overweight or obese.
There's no reason why produce has to be in just one little part of the store. You can actually...
Now, processed food isn't the only culprit, but Moss says it's the combination of salt, sugar, and fat, actually the title of his latest book, that junk food companies are using to make their products irresistible.
They use words like craveability, snackability. One I heard recently is my favorite now, is more-ishness.
More-ishness.
Few snacks are as more-ish, he says, as that famed Cheeto.
Here's the real magic of the Cheetos, besides that little orange dust on your fingers. When you put it in your mouth, you hardly have to chew. It disappears.
It just evaporates almost.
And when it disappears, it sends a message to the brain that the industry calls vanishing caloric density.
You won't find vanishing caloric density on the label, because it's really more of a feeling than an ingredient.
You might as well be eating celery for all your brain cares about. So you eat a Cheeto and your brain is going, wow, did that taste good? No problem, Michael. Keep eating.
There's no doubt that processed foods are manipulated. We're manipulated as consumers.
No, we're not manipulated. Processed foods are tweaked and changed to increase consumer acceptance, not manipulated.
Howard Moskowitz is a legendary food scientist with a PhD in experimental psychology from Harvard. If you've enjoyed a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper or Prego chunky tomato sauce, you're largely eating his recipe. His signature is finding what's known in the industry as the bliss point, that sweet spot that creates likability.
But you know, at a certain point, this is part of American society.
But you've tapped into it somehow.
Yes. But it's all, you know, I didn't tap into it, science tapped into it.
That same science, he says, could be used to engineer and market produce, too. And that's where Bolthouse Farms thinks it has an edge.
Is there the equivalent, though, of a bliss point in baby carrots?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we spend a lot of time, crossbreeding carrots for sweetness, for mouthfeel, all the same things a processed food guy would do.
Taking a page from the junk food playbook, Bolthouse Farms now even has a taste lab,
I like to say we're kind of nerdy juicers.
where food scientists figure out not only how to spice a baby carrot, but what kind of flavors to mix into their fruit juices, too. Like this strawberry protein drink.
Oh, that is really good.
Yeah.
The lesson here isn't that processed food can be beat, it's that healthy food can at least play the same game. For Jeffrey Dunn, marketing fruits and vegetables isn't just a nutritional imperative, it's a moral obligation.
Long-term healthcare costs are directly linked to this obesity crisis, and the obesity crisis is directly linked to our diet, and that's something we can do something about as a society.